Yes, after Raila Amolo Odinga announcing that he's ready to take in the chairperson of the African Union, very many questions should be asked. What is next for Kalonzo Musyoka? Kalonzo Musyoka is going to go in the history as one of the most stupid senior leader in Kenya, who has been misused, who has been conned, okay? And his calmness has been taken for granted by Raila Amolo Odinga. Kalonzo Musyoka is the only senior leader who is left with Raila Amolo Odinga, and he has failed to learn the politics of Kenya. I've realized that in the lead-up of 2022 general election, Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi decided to end the conmanship of Raila Amolo Odinga by joining William Ruto, and Kalonzo Musyoka failed. And I'm going to explain this video. Raila Amolo Odinga came out and announced that he's going to go and fight for the chairperson of the African Union.
As of all these considerations, that I am inclined to accept the challenge. Should the leadership of Africa want my services, I am ready and offer myself to be of service to this continent. And I've asked my friend to continue to be a good ambassador and talk to other people elsewhere. I don't want to say much more than that. And therefore today I want to make it public that I'm ready, yes, to go for the chairmanship of the African Union. Thank you.
He did not consult the Azimio leadership. This is the reason why even Jeremiah Kion came out and said that it was his personal decision. And this has been the modus operandi of Raila Amolo Odinga. He does not normally consult his team players. Okay? One. The reason I'm saying that Kalonzo Musyoka is the most stupid senior leader is because he has failed to put a stop to this conmanship. You all remember after the 2022 general election, Kalonzo Musyoka wanted to be speaker.
For the position of Speaker of the Senate, the following 7 candidates were validly nominated as at the close of the nomination period. They are the following. Number 1, Alwochier Isaac Alwoch Polo. Number 2, George Bush. Number 3, Karuri Frederick Mushiri. Number 4, Kingi Amason Jeffa. Number 5, Kinywa Beatrice Kathomi. Number 6, Kuria George Njoroge. And number 7, Musyoka Stephen Kalonzo. Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 8, a candidate may by written notice to the clerk withdraw his or her candidature before a ballot is started. In this regard, I wish to draw the attention of the Senate and honorable senators that this morning, 8th of September 2022, by a letter reference WDM/SEN/GC/22, dated 8th of September 2022, and addressed to the Clerk of the Senate, His Excellency Honorable Musyoka Stephen Kalonzo withdrew his candidature for the position of Speaker of the Senate, and his name will accordingly not be appearing on the ballot paper.
If indeed he wanted to be speaker, what he could do is to call William Ruto, because he has representation in the Senate, he had representation in the National Assembly. He would have called William Ruto and tell him, I want to be speaker, let me join government, like the way other parties did, and he could be made the Speaker of Senate. But he decided to work with Raila Amolo Odinga. Those are the effects. The reason I'm saying that Kalonzo Musyoka would have called William Ruto to become the Speaker of Senate is because even when Raila Odinga wants to get something, he doesn't consult Kalonzo Musyoka or his team leaders. We all remember during the handshake, it is said on all platforms that Raila Amolo Odinga used to meet Uhuru Kenyatta without asking his CORD members. And even the handshake was a surprise to very many. He invited them after the handshake. So it meant Raila Odinga does not ask where he has interest. Raila Amolo Odinga is the same person who blocks Azimio members from seeing the president. But when it comes to him, he can go to State House anytime. You all remember during King Charles' visit. So you could see the conmanship. And Kalonzo has failed to grasp this. Kalonzo has failed to understand this. So even during RAILA's fight for the AU bid, it is not bad for RAILA to have that position, but he failed, okay, to have some small consultation with the Azimio leadership. It shows that Raila Odinga puts his interest before his comrades. And Kalonzo still sits to say, you should support me 2027, I'm going to run. If Kalonzo Musyoka want to get any position in the Kenya Kwanza government, would have gotten it, even if it is speaker. Even right now, if he calls William Ruto, they can change the Senate to make Amason Kingi maybe a CS and Kalonzo Musyoka the Senate, because Kalonzo Musyoka brings more than Amason Kingi. Anyone who is near Kalonzo Musyoka must give him a slap and pour a cold water on him, because he has failed to understand how Raila Amolo Odinga plays politics. Okay, what made Kalonzo Musyoka the vice president during Kibaki's time is because he went to Kibaki without first consulting Raila, and Kibaki appointed him the vice president. Raila Amolo Odinga later came on after the agreement was written. Okay, so those are the techniques which were supposed to be done by Kalonzo Musyoka after the 2022 general election, when he wanted to become the speaker of the Senate. In fact, if I'm Kalonzo in the 2027 general election, what I do, I sign a memoranda with Ruto, because it's now very evident that Ruto is going to be present even in the next 5 years. You'll be appointed the speaker, so that in 2032 you can run for president after moving out of the office as an incumbent. Because now it is very evident that Raila Amolo Odinga puts his interest before anyone. Okay, he did the handshake without consulting him. It is said even during the Mandamandos after the 22 general election, he once met William Ruto without his comrades knowing. Now he's bidding to get, okay, the AU chairperson position without consulting the Azimio members of parliament. And Kalonzo Musyoka will come in 2031 saying that he must deputize Raila. Kalonzo Musyoka should stop bargaining to deputize for Raila, because even the way Kalonzo speaks is bargaining to deputize Raila. Kalonzo was humiliated towards the 2022 general election, taken to interviews and won, because by then Raila Odinga was putting his interest of becoming president, and he decided to drop his running mate for almost 10 years to Martha Karua, who at the end of the 2022 general election brought nothing, because the Mountain Kenya region voted decimally for the Azimio coalition. So those are lessons which must be learnt by Kalonzo Musyoka. Kalonzo Musyoka is the most stupid senior leader in Kenya, and it is not a good attribute for the Ukamban people. Even a junior politician, when you compare him to Kalonzo Musyoka, Alfred Mutua, saw this when the agreements of the Azimio were obscure. He decided to run away from Azimio and worked with William Ruto, and now is a CS of tourism. And Kalonzo Musyoka failed to an extent that before the Azimio coalition was called Azimio, it took Kalonzo Musyoka to fight on the street, call pressers, so that One Kenya could be added on Azimio, so that it could be called Azimio One Kenya. You all remember. So it was utter disrespect. And even up to now, Kalonzo Musyoka is still taking the disrespect. And he won't achieve anything from this. It is time for Kalonzo Musyoka to announce working with William Ruto to get a position, because it seems even Raila Amolo Odinga, when it comes to his personal interest, he will leave all comrades. When it comes to entering government, or to get goodies in government, or to get goodies from government, he won't consult. So why is it that Kalonzo Musyoka must be pinned to consult the Azimio coalition? Kalonzo Musyoka has failed the Ukambani. Kalonzo Musyoka is failing himself. Kalonzo Musyoka in the next cycle of election is going to be in 70 plus years. He's already in the future. If he wants to be in, it is now 15 years out of government. It's time for Kalonzo Musyoka to sit down and reflect. If indeed he wants to go further, he should work with William Ruto, because he has a lot to bring on the table, so that in 2032 he can refresh either to run for presidents or to be a deputy of someone who's viable. But at this point of time, it seems that if he continues to act like this, trust me, in 2027, Raila Amolo Odinga will retire, come back to the politics of, will resign, come back to the politics of Kenya, and he look for Kalonzo, who has kept the void, to be the deputy. Or even Kalonzo may be surprised to that Raila Odinga can get another deputy. It is very possible. So Kalonzo Musyoka is the most stupid senior leader in Kenya, after failing to know how Raila Amolo Odinga works. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.
Thank you.